after the debate was about like Christianity getting mocked or parodied, people started to be like, oh, it's not about the Last Supper, it's about Dionysus, it's about the Feast of the Gods, and yada yada yada, without even realizing that the actual Da Vinci painting is also based on the Feast of the Gods, which they very clearly are depicting here in their drag version of it, is also inspired by Dionysus. And even Jesus, the imagery of Jesus getting crucified is inspired by proto-Jesus Dionysus. There is a reason Christians got offended by the pagan imagery that was depicting Christian iconology with proto-Jesus and the Last Supper, which is also based on the god of the feasts, Feast of the Gods, and without even realizing that these things are interconnected. You can't be, oh, this has nothing to do with Christianity, it's about pagan symbolism and Dionysus. Well, Christianity is all about pagan symbolism. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm very sure that when these people were coming up with this concept, they were not like, no, let's remake the Last Supper. No, they were like, oh no, let's remake the Feast of the Gods. No, of course not. They were not thinking about the Feast of the Gods. They were thinking about the Last Supper. That was what was on their mind. You know.
The actual organizer, which is some kind of a drag queer guy called Thomas Jolly, 42-year-old French gay man who organized all of this. His Instagram posts are like full of this esotericism and satanic imagery, and he has all of this. He clearly has this eyes wide shut type of a elitist imagery and symbolism that he likes to use, which he has used in his performances, based them on the Christian iconology, which is based on European pagan iconology, like the Last Supper, the Feast of Gods, or Dionysus, which is actually proto-Jesus, and that is the actual reason some Christians thought this was blasphemous, because all of these pagan imagery that Christians consider blasphemous was used in Christian iconology context. So people saying that, oh, you uneducated swine, don't you know this is not about Christianity, this is about Dionysus and his feasts and Greek mythology, without even realizing that all of these histories and mythologies and symbolism, they're very interconnected, that evolved from each other. It cracks me up. Issue that was raised about this was, why the fuck did they have an underage Asian little girl amongst all of these adults who have dressed very provocatively, scantily, draggy, with their boobs and asses out, with their dicks and balls out? Why the hell? Somebody explain me, what is this little Asian girl doing there?
Yeah, it's called grooming, but yeah. I mean, look at this. This is nice.
Like, I would have absolutely loved this show. If it was like historically accurate. They actually had like real depiction of Dionysus, with real depiction of the feast, with actual like how the actual painting looked like, the actual what the Greek ideal was of it, and actually did that without all of this draggy pedophile whatever the fuck. Nobody likes this. The point is, nobody's enjoying all of this drag trans. Nobody thinks this is aesthetic. Nobody thinks this is beautiful. Nobody thinks this is this good. People are acting the way they are because they think they have to act that way to be accommodating to all of these minorities and poor little drag queens. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, back to the decapitated Marie Antoinette. Somebody posted that, hey, they didn't forget Islam. This image represents.
There you have it, guys. They did not forget the crown.
They didn't just mock Christianity, all of this pagan stuff with drag queens. They actually represented Islam in a very, very honest and very, very realistic way by decapitating Marie Antoinette. Just like, well, this is basically what some Muslims were also commenting, that is like they actually fucking love this because the West is mocking themselves, right? The Muslims don't have to. The Muslims don't have to call you gay and be like, "Oh, you blasphemous gay people," and all of this. The West is decadent, and the West is all drag queens. The West is all gays and pedophiles, and we have Allah. They don't even have to do it anymore. Like these motherfuckers are doing it themselves.
Well, I've been told that France is not a Christian country, so fire stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's
all of the drag. Look.
And then
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but this is absurd.
Yeah, and then there comes Fat Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, that's not Jesus. She is representing Mithra, or maybe Lady Liberty, or maybe all of these other sun gods, or maybe Horus, or without even realizing, like, you do realize all of these are connected, interconnected mythologies and iconologies and symbologies that are also present in Christianity and proto-Christianity and Egyptian and so on. It's so stupid people to be like, oh, it's not about religion, it's Christianity. What is it about then? This is all of it is Christian.
All of this is about Christianity. It is any person who is making all those silly excuses, they're just making dumb excuses. They know. Yes, and they know.
What is that little girl doing there? Who is that right mind? There. Where your mouse is. Go. No,
this lady.
That's not a lady. That's a little Asian girl.
I can't see clearly, so let me start. Sorry, let me go back a little bit. Oh, that's a child.
Little Asian girl, and the guy behind her isn't wearing any pants. He's wearing only underpants, and there were fucking images, which I think got debunked later, but like him with an image with his balls hanging out. But later it was, I think, revealed that it was like a malfunction of his what's it called, pantyhose, and it like looked like balls or something. But this guy, forget about the balls, okay? Forget the testicles. What the fuck is this guy doing half naked in his underpants, dancing and thrusting his hip like behind a fucking small Asian girl? Who the fuck thought this was a good idea? Like, seriously. Like,
it's a great idea. It's a novel idea.
This blasphemy and forget about the drag queens and like, what is this? This should be the main topic of what the fuck.
It's innovation. It's called creativity. It's creative. You are being creative. If you're a creative genius, when I saw this, I was like, wow, so creative. And you also have to be controversial. And this is, but this is bad.
Okay, let's say that the Olympics was not about the Christianity. Then what is a golden calf imagery doing there from the Old Testament?
No, this golden calf is from Greek. It's from Greek mythology. That's where this one is from. I don't know the exact one, but there is one that has something to do with the calf. I'm sure if you search
no, you're talking about the Minotaur, and the Minotaur. If you want to depict Minotaur, you don't just depict a bull. You depict maybe a labyrinth, a half man, half bull, something like this. This is explicitly from the Old Testament, from when Moses comes down from the mount with his 10 testaments,
the 10 commandments, yeah.
Yes, the 10 commandments, and he sees impatient Israelites who were waiting for him to come down from the mountain, being very impatient, and they wanted to worship a god, and so they made this old god, the golden calf, that they were supposedly, these pagans were worshiping before. And the whole idea of the Olympics was queering Christianity with pagan proto-Christian imagery, which is also what this golden calf, which is also what Dionysus and all of this is. Christian pagan imagery to queer Christianity. And that is exactly why some Christians thought it was blasphemous. It doesn't remove the argument saying that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's about Greek mythology. Well, of course it is about how do I explain this? Third one is this white rider
on a pale horse,
which is one of the fourth horsemen of apocalypse from the book of Revelation. Yet again, Christian imagery. How is all of this Christian imagery, not Christianity?
This one is Egyptian. It's Egyptian mythology.
Yeah, of course it is.
Of course, it's from Egypt. What are you saying? It's from Egypt. It's not only particular to Christianity. The low rider on the pale horse is straight out of the Christian book of Revelation, one of the four horsemen of the end time. And there's a passage to go with Revelation 6 verse 8. And you ordered us to watch, so let's watch.
Yeah, there it is. So cool. You see the demon of death, the horseman of death, the horseman of the apocalypse, the white rider, the last rider is leading all of these nations to where? Maybe World War. I don't know. I don't believe in this, but I'm just like,
like, what are they trying to depict? It's so interesting,
See it closer, and they made it some kind of a Pegasus horse with the white lone rider, and this yet again gives them the possibility to say, "Oh, this is about Greek mythology," or "This is Pegasus." Well, yeah, the riders from the Revelations are also inspired by Pegasus and whatever. Doesn't Muhammad also ride the Buraq, which is basically plagiarized worse donkey version of Pegasus? Like these are all interconnected, and of course you can say, oh, this is Pegasus, but no, it's actually one of the apocalypse riders, along with all of these other pre-Christian imagery. So all of this imagery, so go down, is actually a queer critique of the guy who organized all of this, and this is it's basically a attack on conservative Christian values using pre-Christian pagan imagery that the Christian religion has always thought was blasphemous, to critique it, basically to queer it. That was the whole idea. So people saying, oh, it has nothing to do with Christianity, which I think that's a weird argument.
No, of course.
I'm atheist. I'm an atheist myself, but it is clear that it was about Christianity.
It's clear. It is really clear.
They themselves in the other article, which we can look at next, but they themselves say that they achieved their goals if they pushed some buttons, which they did. So they kind of like apologized, but not really. They said like, oh, we're sorry if you got angry. Yeah, we're sorry if this made you angry, but they don't really like are not sorry of doing it. They actually say that they achieved their goals of critiquing and pushing some buttons and receiving backlash and that's what they were actually planning. One thing that I noticed was the slogan of the Olympics is "Games Wide Open." And it can be interpreted as imitating the well-known esoterically charged director Stanley Kubrick's film Eyes Wide Shut. Games wide open, eyes wide shut. And Eyes Wide Shut is about this elite hedonist people practicing secret sex cults with drag queens and all of this Dionysus partying and symbolism. Esotericism and all of this. Illuminati.
So now they're no longer doing it in the secret. That's what is Games Wide Open mean now. It means that eyes wide shut is now public affair. So it's now games wide open.
Yeah, the eyes are open now. It's in your face. They're not even hiding
now
it
in
anymore.
Your face. There's no hiding anymore. That's powerful. That's powerful stuff.
France is secular. Like the Olympics were supposed to not have any religious symbols and So does this not? Yeah.
But except if you are to make fun of them, right? You are not to allow religious symbol except for the purpose of mockery. You understand? That's the rule.
Yeah, but
I know you didn't read the rule book very well, but that's what they said.
But doesn't this rule apply to like pre-Christian, biblical, Revelation, Old Testament, ancient Greek paganism and symbolism? Aren't these religious things? Weren't they supposed to be banned? Like if they would have actually obeyed the rules of not putting all of this religious bullshit and images and dragging and queering them, we wouldn't have this dilemma with Christians being blah, 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 and just obey the rules, dude. They banned this dude's surfboard. He's not allowed to use the surfboard in the Olympics representing his national country, the national symbol of his country, banned it as a religious symbol, but themselves had all of this religious imagery, pre-Christian religious imagery all over their ceremony. How is that?
If he had painted, if he had on his skateboard, he put like the gay flag, the pride flag. Let's say there's a part here, around here, or here, there's like the pride, you know, he will have me allowed. I'm telling you.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Christianity, but it has everything to do
with Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
You can see pictures of Dionysus. Go down. There's Greek, actual Roman and Greek. What does that look like? I don't know.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, that's Dionysus for you. What does it look like? Nothing to do with Jesus?
Absolutely, I see no connection. I mean, I see where's the connection? No. There's no connection.
You bigot conservative Christian.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with.
It has absolutely nothing.